Sanchez Chaparro. And so we're going to watch theirs first. In fact, we're not. We've got the Japanese. We've just come in at the right time. So Sanchez Chaparez and Navarrete Ceres have just been on. 487.5, their score.
The Japanese team, of course, scored first in their preliminary with a score of 526.0.
Was that a mistake there? There was something wrong with the head of the sword there, which...
You know, I glanced up and right after, I'm
yeah,
not sure.
No, it just...
I was looking at the previous score for the preliminaries and I missed it.
That could possibly cost an error. There seemed to be something wrong with it, and he just had to fiddle with it there to get it in the right position.
That's the way you describe it. It's probably a minor...
Yeah.
Which is only a point.
Well, they were so far ahead. They were in the 500s, weren't they, the last one, if I remember right?
They were, 526. Very crisp, very clean. Just a pleasure to watch.
We were talking about the precision and the clean cut techniques. Everything in unison, well balanced.
Paying close attention to the transition as well as the techniques, because it is a global evaluation. Going back for the dagger. Look how the dagger gets reversed in his hands.
That little shuffle forward there, not by accident.
Nice strike to the Uto. On target and nice and close. Now the knife being moved to the belt to symbolize the short sword. Very nice. Some people stop the attack and then go into Wakikitami, but the idea is to smoothly parry so that you can take the momentum of the strike right into Wakikitami. And they did that very nicely. Difficult knife technique for Tori to defend. He has to do a 180-degree rotation on his right knee and keep his knee out of the way of the stabbing attempt. Very nicely done. replace the knives and onto the standing techniques, Tashiai. Nice crisp kick. They look so good. They very clean, very smooth, precise. You can imagine the number of hours of practice it took to get that good.
Yes, like you said, hours of practice and the right position.
Did you see how he didn't stop that? He just parried it off and used that forward momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so important, and so many people block it and then go into the armbar, which defeats the purpose. You basically block the momentum you need to use. Very nicely done. Note the forehead and the back of the neck. That is a seonagi, dropping to the knee for the strike. If you do a drop knee seonagi, a big mistake.
Was that a drop seonagi? I just turned away for a second.
No, it wasn't. No, it was done beautifully. But I'm saying that if you were to do a drop knee, that would be a big mistake. As opposed to in the kneeling techniques, there are only 2 standing knife techniques. And in addition, we have the 2 sword techniques.
Yes, that's to indicate short sword.
Right.
When he tucks it in there. And a different striking action?
Yeah, this is actually an overhead strike to the top of the head. I like to call it parting his hair. Kirikomi. Now replacing the dagger into the gi, it becomes a dagger again. Now for the 2 sword techniques.
So the first one is without the sword coming out. The second one with the sword coming out, a bit more distance.
Correct. With an actual attack with the sword. Finishing in Haragatame. Replacing the sword, right foot forward, sheathe the sword, and then step back into Shizumonotai. Very nicely done. Now he's going to go back to collect the knife after setting down the sword, fixing his gi. Here's the sword with the knife inside, blades up on both. Nice step back into closing ceremony. The tsuba of the sword needs to be aligned with the top of the dagger. Judging ends there. Beautifully done. A very, very nice technique for the Japanese team. Takeishi and Uematsu.
Yes, we'll see how they score. It'll, I suspect it'll be the highest one